Hello everyone, so I have another entry into my 2020 and 2021 list series, and this one is going to be my top 5 anticipated games of 2021. There's quite a few coming out that I'm super pumped and excited for, but these are my top 5. I'm also going to do an honorable mention really quickly before I reveal what my number 1 pick is, but without further ado, here is my list. So I've always really enjoyed the Hitman games. I love just the huge sandbox gameplay style that these games have and just the freedom of choice that it allows players to have in terms of how you want to assassinate your targets, how you're going to get from point A to point B to do it, how you're going to escape. There's just a lot of, like I said, choice for you to do it. I'm not the greatest at stealth games, but I do find like I have a ton of fun playing these, and there is like the loud options that you can do, there's quiet options that you can do. There's something for every play style of this game, and of course you get rewarded for how stealthy you are, but you don't have to play it completely stealthy and not have a good time in this game or be like completely reset if you fail a mission. And I find that kind of brilliant in the terms. They've done a really good job with the Hitman games in the past few years where every single level is really different from the last one. There's so many new guns, weapons, just environments that you can use to help you get from point A to point B and even assassinate your target, escape. There's just, like I said, it is one of the best sandbox games out there, and I'm just really excited to get my hands on this one and play through Hitman 3 because it looks like a lot of fun. So when I first saw the gameplay style for Resident Evil 7, the Biohazard, I was a little like thrown off by the first person look, but then I played the demo and then the actual game and was very excited for it, and they absolutely nailed upon it in Biohazard. I found, not in terms of just like how the story was able to progress through an FPS survival horror, but also too just the gameplay was so good and so much fun, and it was really scary. I haven't been scared playing Resident Evil game in quite a while, since well, I want to say since 4. After that they went more down the lines of the action shooter genre, and it didn't really scare me. I still thought it was a lot of fun, but it finally brought back that horror that I've been missing a lot from the Resident Evil series. And from the one trailer we have, the enemies look absolutely terrifying like they did in Biohazard. You have like these werewolf zombies and a whole bunch of different creatures, big enemy types that look like they could even rival in terms of scope and scale, like a Pyramid Head from Silent Hills. I'm just so excited to hop into this village, and like the environmental design is absolutely stunning and beautiful. I wonder how they're gonna add elements of colds into a survival horror game, or just like exactly how it's gonna play out, but it looks absolutely mind-bending and insane and a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to play Village because yeah, it looks awesome. So Horizon Zero Dawn was still to this day one of the games that surprised me the most in terms of how much I ended up loving it. I thought it was going to be a great open world game, but it turned out to be one of my favorite games from that console generation on the PlayStation 4. It was just so expansive. I love the robots and the animals and just the history of the world that you lived in, and uncovering the secrets to how humans have had such advanced tech but still almost live in the Stone Age in terms of their traditions, their beliefs, and everything like that, and how they're able to create new gods and new belief systems and politics through all this kind of forgotten history and this new age tech. And I just thought it was so brilliant how they put it together. The music was stellar. I loved progressing from Aloy just being a typical hunter to an unstoppable machine with her nano armor that she was able to get at the end of the game, and it just made combat still challenging, but you were an absolutely walking tank by the end of the game once you got that armor. So I'm excited to see how they're going to level the playing fields this time around and just continue pushing the story into this amazing and really unique and just lore-filled fantastic world. And of course, graphically it just looks stunning and beautiful. The voice performances sound as great as ever, and I'm really excited to get my hands on Horizon Forbidden West. Halo is one of the game franchises that has always been near and dear to my heart. Combat Evolved was the first video game that I ever played, and it's just stuck with me forever. Just firing the guns, walking onto the Halo, the music, Master Chief, Cortana, all these amazing characters are something that I truly cherish. It's been a huge part of my life, and Infinite looks absolutely fantastic. Even if the graphics don't change, which it looks like they have from some new pictures that they've posted from the gameplay and just specs wise, even if they stayed the same from the original demo, I would have been so excited for this game because it looks so much fun. I love the combats, I love the grappling hook that you have, I love how it's a really sandboxy map where there's bonus objectives that you can do, side objectives that you can do before progressing your way to the main objective. Like, it's almost little open world maps that you can traverse in any way you want before you make your way to the main objective. I think that's really cool for a first person shooter, especially for Halo. The multiplayer, of course, is one of the best that it's ever going to be. I love Halo, and I just can't wait for so many more nights staying up late and playing Halo with all my friends. I'm really hoping they have a day one PC port for this game too, because the Master Chief Collection runs absolutely fantastic on PC, and I would love to experience this without having to drop $650 on a Series X. But yeah, Infinite looks absolutely fantastic. I'm happy that the Brutes are back, and I'm so happy that they're going to continue the lore of the rings, Cortana's rampancy, and just so many things. It looks fantastic. So I was thinking about doing multiple honorable mentions, but I'm just going to do the one. We've seen a little bit of gameplay about it, and the concept of it does have me worried in some scenarios, but I think this could be an absolute knockout of the park if they do it right, but it is Hogwarts Legacy. So this is the RPG open world Harry Potter game, and that's going to be coming later this year. By this year, I mean 2021, but I just think the idea of a RPG style Harry Potter game is really, really cool, where you can pick which house you're going to be in, change the dialogue and the gameplay up a little bit that way, and just being able to like fine-tune your spells, your gameplay style, how you want to use your magic, if you want to be stealthy or go out loud. There's just a lot of things that they can do with it, and my one concern is just how big of a scale they're able to do this game on, if it's just going to be on the grounds of Hogwarts, because that would be a bit of a small map. If they're going to open it up to where you can go to Hogwarts, you can go to London, you can go to all these secret society of wizards that have been throughout the Harry Potter lore, if it's going to be something like that. I think that they can really nail upon it like that and not make the gameplay too repetitive where you're just casting spells. If you can find swords to mix up your spells with that and just do a bunch of different like melee weapons mixed with your magic, or almost have it like Skyrim where there's so many different types of magic that you can use in order to solve puzzles and combats, heal yourself, reveal things, do treasure hunts. There's just a lot that this game can deliver on, and I hope that it can do it on like a huge RPG scale. And if it can do that, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So I think it's been really well put that I am a huge God of War fan. It has always been one of my favorite video game franchises, and I thought that the change from the Greek style to the Norse mythology with the 2018 sequel was just one of the most fantastic things for the series in terms of its writing, its pacing, its combat, its characters, Kratos' journey. Everything that it did was just absolutely fantastic, and that's why, like, if I had this channel at the time, I would have given it a 10 out of 10, but that's why it was so well received by everyone, because it was probably one of the greatest introductions to a brand new world. I thought they did an amazing job with the Norse gods, and even to just opening up possibilities with Tyr's travel rune to so many branches of mythology that I could do it from. And even though like we didn't get to see Asgard and all of the 9 realms, we got little hints and big story things of just about how grand scale the next few entries are going to be, how Ragnarok hasn't happened yet, and what Kratos' role in Ragnarok is going to be. And even too, just that it's called Ragnarok, are we going to throw down with Thor, Odin, Fenrir, maybe even Tyr, Hela, Hera, all of these gods? There's just so much. Like in God of War 3, we all loved hunting down and killing the gods, and we're gonna get tons of that in this game, especially if it's called Ragnarok, if we're gonna witness the full fall of Asgard and maybe even just Norse mythos, and Kratos will have to use the travel stone to go to who knows what realm of mythology next, and how Loki or Atreus is going to play a role in it, and just really putting Kratos in a situation of, can he even trust his own son, his family, when he changed so much, like how his motivations are going to change and his trust. And there's just, like I said, this is going to be an amazing time for Kratos, an amazing time for PlayStation, and so excited for it that every single day I consider dropping like almost, it would be like $800 just to play this game on PlayStation 5. So, oh my goodness, I am so excited for God of War Ragnarok. But yes, in the comments down below, please let me know which video game of 2021 you're most anticipating and why, of course. And if you like this video, you can check out all my other video game reviews, playthroughs, and everything else that I do on this channel through my playlist down below. If you like this video, of course, give it a thumbs up. And if you like the channel, of course, subscribe and turn the little ring on if you want to know when I upload new videos. But I'm so looking forward to playing all the video games of 2021 that are going to come to us, review them, play them, and just experience them all with you guys. But yeah, awesome.